every day. I want to thank everybody at home who's watching this live and or watching it afterwards once it's pre-recorded. It means the world to me. I know you could be doing a million other things with your time, so the fact that you tune in and choose to use your time to spend it with us means the world to me. On that note, Tanner, hit him with the intro.
What up, boss? Welcome to the Mac City Morning Show.
All right, and we're back. So me and Tanner decided to do something a little bit different today. We've been having guests all weeks for I think this is our third or fourth week.
I think we're in week 4 now.
Yeah, week 4. So we've had a lot of guests, and we decided today, you know what? Let's not worry about the guests. Let's just talk to one another. So me and Tanner have some good conversations when the camera's off, with and without guests. So today we decided it's going to be the Tanner and Elliott show. Just kick Friday off properly.
With the real Mac City kids.
Yeah, with the real Mac City kids. There you go. So, we don't have a guest here today. It's just going to be me and Tanner. As per usual, Tanner is the man off of the camera, so you're not going to see him, but you're definitely going to be hearing from him today. So that's what's going down. So for everybody at home, we're changing up the format a little bit. No guests, just me and Tanner. So, Tanner, my man, how you doing today?
I am doing fantastic. How are you?
I'm doing great. It's a good day. It's getting a little bit warmer outside, which I'm pretty excited about.
Well, relatively warm.
Yeah, I think that's it, relatively.
When you've done a week or two, minus 50, minus 20 feels balmy.
Yeah, it feels like summer to me outside today.
Oh, yeah, I go out there in a sweater and I'm like, perfect.
Yeah, that's exactly it. So, Tanner, let's talk about what I have here on my left. Not the mug, but the cookies. Let's explain why there's cookies to my left.
So there is cookies to your left because my mother raised me to be the most hospitable person possible. So once again, shout out Mom. But yeah, so I thought it would be a good idea to cook cookies in here or bake cookies in here so that the house smelled nice because my mom said, why don't you do something with the oven in there? You got an oven in there, it's a house, so why not? And I said, sure. So we went out and got a bunch of cookie stuff, and now if you come on the show, you get to have a cookie.
Yeah, so for all the future guests and people who are thinking about coming on the show in the future, just know that there are fresh baked cookies for you. And it's going to become a problem. And I told Tanner, like, hey, man, I like the cookie idea. I like where your head's at, but I'm not feeling it. And he said, why? And I said, well, the fact of the matter is I'm going to eat those cookies. And Tanner, your response to that was?
That seems like an Elliott Pierre problem.
So since he's been baking these cookies, it's only been 2 days. I have crushed, I'm going to say, at least 8 of these cookies. So my workout routine in the morning is going to have to step up because of these cookies, man.
You were making me feel bad with all that exercise, so I thought it'd even the playing field.
Love it. So what I really love is what you posted today, and this is going to be a reoccurring theme, I think. But you posted a nice little picture today for the Mac City Morning Show before we got started.
Yes, I did, for shoes.
Yeah, so
Mr. Pierre wants.
Yeah, so those were the Ben and Jerry Dunks. So I'm putting it out into the universe in regards to like the pictures and talking about it. So those Ben and Jerry Dunks, Nikes, pretty sweet, not gonna lie. So anyways, I'm really excited just to have this show and talk to Tanner today. So if you're at home, definitely write in. Tanner's got his phone up. He's looking at what people are commenting. So if you have any questions and or things you want to know about me and Tanner, this is the time to throw in those questions. The one thing about me and Tanner that I think everybody knows, but we'll throw it down one more time, is we're actually born and raised here in Fort McMurray.
Yep, whole lives.
Whole lives. So Tanner went to Composite High School. That's correct, right?
Yes, sir.
I went to Father Mercady High School. Where did you go for junior high?
Dr. Clark.
Dr. Clark. Where's Dr. Clark at?
It is downtown across the street from the grocery store and Father Turcotte.
Oh, by the KFC.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah, which is right, probably a 30-second walk from my house.
Okay.
And then comp was a 5-minute walk, so I was always very close.
Walking distance.
Nice.
I went to St. Anne's.
And what was that like?
It was the best. Shout out Crusaders. They're not called the Crusaders anymore. They changed their name to something a little bit more PG. I don't know what it is. Not even PG. Crusaders is PG in my opinion, but there's something G-rated now.
How do you get more G-rated than Crusaders?
I don't know, but I know when I went there, it's no longer there. We signed a petition, and while I was there, we nicknamed the gymnasium the Dungeon. It said "Welcome to the Dungeon." That was so sweet, but they've painted over it. So if you go to St. Anne's now, they're not called the Crusaders, and it's no longer the Dungeon. But welcome to 2021.
Yeah, I think when I went to Dr. Clark, it was the Dinos. I'm not sure what they are now, but they were the Dinos when I went there, and they had a giant ass T-Rex in the middle of the stage, and it was pretty cool.
Okay, all right. This is a little shout out if we're talking about education. After I graduated from Father Merck, I spent a year at Keano College. And at Keano College, funny enough, I took a marketing course. And hence,
You do marketing?
I do marketing. So
Weird.
I think that kind of came full circle there. And for the people at home, little Easter egg to the Mac City Morning Show. At the end of the Mac City Morning Show, we have an outro that goes something like, "It's so ballistic, quench your ugly thirst." The reason that's there, there's a few meanings, but that was actually from a marketing class that me and my business partner, who started Greenlight with me, Jason Phillips, big shout out to JP, that was actually from one of our first marketing projects. So we thought it was only fitting to incorporate it into the podcast.
Wow, man, that is so ballistic.
That is so ballistic. Yeah, man. So that was a long time ago. We're going back in time. That was in 2001.
Yeah, I was 3.
Yeah, you were 3 when I went to college?
Yes, I was.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I was a 3-year-old child. I was in preschool.
I'm old and the gray hairs prove it. That's hilarious. So we had a really good show Monday of this week. It was live on location. Let's, to the people at home, Tanner, you talk about your experience, because I think that was the first time you actually went to Thickwood Barbershop.
That was indeed the first time I went to Thickwood Barbershop, and I had a fantastic experience.
Yeah?
Yeah, you walk in and you just immediately are getting, jousted on and getting chirped at, and, you just immediately feel comfortable in the environment, not like you're just some customer, like you're a guy that they've known forever. So it was fun, and then they came in and he asked me what I wanted, and I said a haircut, and he made me look real good.
Yeah? You're happy with the end result?
I am happy with the end results. It's really growing on me, so.
Yeah. Now I have a bigger beard. You got a little bit of facial hair going on.
Yeah, it looks like I took a glue stick and then threw some sand on my face.
There you go. So did they touch that up for you, or is that all you?
Oh, no, the detail, no, that's absolutely not me, no. It looks like a toddler tried to cut my hair when I do it, or if I shave, but he did that fancy thing with the razor that they get real close with. And
Nice.
made sure I had a hot towel and made sure that it was all done up good, and I left looking better than the homeless man I walked in there looking like, so.
There you go. So yeah, big shout out to Thickwood Barbershop. Ali, Mo, Lancaster was our guest. Talk about a deep guy. Like if Lancaster, if you're watching this, and I know you watch it on LinkedIn, and you also check out some of the videos on YouTube, dude, he's got to come on the show. He was something else.
Oh my God, it's like he was talking things that like I didn't even know that existed, and the way he talks is just very concise and clear and engaging.
Yeah, he was a straight up professional from South Africa. I'm enthralled with South Africa in regards to reading books, what happened with apartheid, and we had a great conversation. So afterwards, he recommended a book to me, Animal Farm. I think a lot of people have read Animal Farm. What was the author again, Tanner?
George Orwell.
George Orwell, that's right. If you haven't taken the time to read Animal Farm, it's a phenomenal book. Now, once again, when I see read, Audible. I listened to Animal Farm, but I could not stop listening to it. I crushed it in maybe less than a day. It was a short read, so people at home, I think it's only like 3 hours long to listen to it. If you're a fast reader, you can burn through it way faster than that. So Animal Farm, Lancaster, thank you very much.
Or if you're like me, you can take it one step less and just read the Wikipedia synopsis of it.
Oh, Cole's Notes.
Yeah, that's what I do. Is I just read the synopsis of books.
Nice.
Yeah, because if you try to get me sit down in front of a book, I don't have the attention span for it.
Nice, I like it. Yeah, that's a hack.
Yeah. Speed reading.
Speed reading. Here's a little hack. I don't know if my mom's gonna really like me sharing this on air, but when I was in high school, we had to read Shakespeare, and I don't know if you've ever tried to read Shakespeare, but it's kind of confusing and it's kind of dry.
Everything I try to read is confusing.
Yeah. So what I used to do was my mother worked down at Keano College, so I'd go to the Keano library, and I would rent out the Shakespeare plays. So they used to record people doing the plays, and obviously it was based off the book, so it was verbatim. So I just watched the movie instead of reading the books in high school.
Oh, if we want some high school tips that we probably shouldn't be sharing, I got a few.
Yeah, hey man, come on. Nobody sees your face, so you're clear.
If you have a deadline for something to like be sent in like at midnight, if you send your professor or your teacher a corrupt file, you can convince them that it's their fault that the file's corrupted and that you need more time to do it.
Okay.
Right?
That's genius.
Yeah.
So you went to school and like you could do that. Like none of my assignments were like handed in through files. It was like paper. It was like the dog ate my homework basically.
Oh yeah. Well, see, and my sister. Oh God, my mom just mentioned me in a comment.
There you go.
But yeah, no, like my sisters used to do it. That they would just not. They wouldn't even hand it in. They just go, oh no, yeah, no, I handed it in, and the teacher would be like, for real, and then you'd be, yeah, I handed that in, for real. And then the teacher would spend a day looking for it, and they'd come back to her, and they'd be like, so sorry, I found your work. You got an 80%. My sisters would be like, awesome, even though they didn't send it in.
That's awesome. Yeah, there's a bunch of high school hacks.
My mom's yelling at me on the comments now.
Yeah. You got to be careful what you say. People are watching. Your mom is one of our biggest fans, hands down.
My mom is my biggest fan, hands down. So.
Just in general.
Yes, in life.
That's awesome. And your aunt tunes in a lot.
Yes, my Auntie Stephanie and my Auntie Carrie is commenting right now, too.
Okay.
So it's a whole family affair right now.
There we go. Yeah, my family watches often as well, which I find really funny is a bunch of them are in Calgary right now. So my sister watches it upstairs on her phone. My brother-in-law turns it on the TV. And then my mom watches it on the computer. And then my dad, he's watching it on his computer. So we're getting extra views from the Pierre family for sure, when they all could be in one room watching it together. So big shout out to the Pierres who are taking a look at this show as we speak. I have no doubt about that.
Even my mom, she watches it on her phone, and then she'll have it in her computer in another room, and then on the farm, and yeah.
So I love it. Actually, what's kind of surprising to me is for everybody at home, we're on a bunch of different platforms. We're on Facebook, we're on LinkedIn, we're on YouTube, we're on Instagram, and we're on Facebook. And hopefully next week, we've put in our videos. Hopefully they get approved. We'll be on Spotify and iTunes.
Oh, nice.
Yup. And you know what? I'm going to not act my age, and we're going to start uploading some stuff on TikTok.
Yeah, that definitely was not my suggestion, but it definitely won't be a bad thing to do.
So you're going to be able to find us everywhere.
Your sister says hi.
Hi, Alicia. How are you doing? Love you. Thanks for tuning into the show. So we're everywhere. But what's surprising to me is we're getting a decent amount of views on LinkedIn.
Yeah, I don't even use LinkedIn.
No, LinkedIn is a very professional tool.
Yeah.
It's professional. It's for people looking for work, who have work. It's very industry based, very different from some of the other social media apps. So big shout out to anybody looking at us on LinkedIn. I know I have a big LinkedIn following based on my previous career. So there's a lot of people from human resources in the NDT world, non-destructive testing, checking us out on LinkedIn.
Yeah, you definitely are bringing in the LinkedIn crowd, not me.
No. Yeah, you're definitely not on LinkedIn, my man.
No, I don't. My work experience is very minimal in that sense.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I talked to a bunch of high school kids. Actually, shout out to Keano College again. Starting next week, I do a 4-class series talking about a bunch of different things, from interpersonal skills, how to market yourself in this day and age, how to prepare for interviews. And I tell all those youngsters who join those classes, Tanner, that you should have a LinkedIn profile, even if you don't have a stacked resume.
Yeah, you were telling me at my old job that I should have a LinkedIn account, but I managed to get a pretty good job without one.
This is true. Your next job has been pretty awesome, I have to say.
Yeah, I think that I'm my own LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Make those connections personally.
That's hilarious. So let's talk about some dream guests that you want on this show. We've been bouncing names around, and dream guests for us are not like celebrities by any stretch of the imagination. They're just people we know. So let's put some of our friends on blast right now.
Dream guests. I don't know. I don't know how many dream guests I have in the way of my friends, but like pizza delivery guy, taxi driver, like normal everyday dudes are, I think, what we're wanting.
Yeah, I agree. So if you're a taxi driver who's been in the community for a while, or you own a pizza shop, definitely we want to talk to you. My dream guest, and I'm totally putting him on blast right now, is James Doherty.
Yes, you've talked about him a little bit around the office. That's
Yeah,
for
man.
sure.
James Doherty, he's one of my best buds. He's just an average guy. We hang out quite often prior to COVID. And James Doherty, we're gonna clip this up. James Doherty, this is me shouting you out. I want to see you in that chair. Please join me. Let's have a conversation. It'll be a good time. James Doherty.
All right, and I think let's try to get my mom on here.
Okay.
Yeah, because like my mom says that nobody wants to listen to what she has to say. Like she hasn't been here for what, like 30-ish years?
Okay, so
Right.
those are our dream guests.
Yes, my mom, but my mom refuses to do it. So if everybody in the comments wants to blow it up and convince her to do it,
Yeah. So what's your mom's name?
Jackie.
There we go. So Jackie, we want you in the seat as well. It's going to be a good time. If you're half as charismatic as your son, you're going to be the best guest that we've ever had.
And she is twice as charismatic as I am.
There
so-
we go. So I'm excited about doing the Max City Minute. Tanner comes up with all these questions on his own. So we're going to do a Max City Minute. Tanner's going to put me on the hot spot today. I have no idea what he's going to ask. I never know what Tanner's going to say. So Tanner, you want to hit me with the Max City Minute?
I would indeed, but before we do, your sister is saying we need to get the owner of Joma's Pizza.
Oh, geez. Let's talk about Joma's Pizza. Okay, before we do the Max City Minute, Joma's Pizza, hands down. If you're from Fort Mac, you know what it's about. Joma's is the best. We have more Joma's Pizzas in Fort McMurray than we have McDonald's.
For a good reason.
Yeah. And now there is a Joma's Pizza down in Edmonton in the North End, close to St. Albert. If you're living in Edmonton, I've already checked out this Joma's. It is the best. So big shout out to Joma's.
Yes, and I've heard that the one down in Edmonton is up to par with the ones here.
It really is. It really is. And I'm not just saying that. So now before we talk about this, we're not gonna rank all the Jomas, but I do want to hear, Tanner, what is your number? Because everybody has their number one Jomas. So what's your number one?
See, it's really you gotta see what you're getting first, because like Beacon Hill, in my opinion, has like the best poutine, the best samosas, but I think that like Gregoire has the best pizza.
Okay. So you're going on the south side of the bridge.
I've always been south side.
Okay. See, I'm gonna be going on to the north side, hands down for me. And I eat at all the Jomas, but number one, Thickwood Jomas. Thickwood Jomas to me is number one.
All around everything?
Everything. They knock it out the park.
Yeah, see, it's just I don't go up there ever because I'm downtown, so
Yeah.
it's just inconvenient for me to order all the way up there. It's inconvenient for them,
Yeah.
right? They usually just say call downtown or call uptown or whatever. So.
Right. Well, next time you're hanging out in those neck of the woods, Thickwood Jomas, number one,
Have to
in
try
my
it.
opinion.
Have to try it.
Yeah. So there you go, Alicia. Thank you very much for that comment. So now hit me with the Max City Minute questions, Tanner.
All right.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Okay, let's do this. Question number
Nervous.
one. Question one for you today. What is one career path you would have followed if not doing this or any of your prior jobs?
That's a really good question. So for everybody at home, my prior career that I did for over a decade prior to getting into marketing was human resources. I had the honor of being head of recruitment for some companies. I was the HR manager for many years for an NDT company called Acuren. I loved it. It was a passion of mine, human resources. It was really fulfilling. And then I got into marketing. If I didn't do one of these two careers, what would I be doing? Man, that's hard. Because honestly, before, I would have told you up to a month ago, be on TV in one way, shape, or form. And now I feel I'm on there. So, yeah, I've always wanted to be on TV in one way, shape, or form, and I made that a reality. Here we go.
You wanted to be a celebrity.
Yeah, no, not really a celebrity. I don't know. I like entertainment. What I do miss is anonymity, which I don't have that much of anymore as a Z-list popular person in Fort McMurray.
You should have just told everybody you wanted to be behind the camera and only have your voice heard.
Yeah, you're going to be the James Earl Jones of voices, my man.
Let's do it. Question number two. If you didn't drink Jameson, what would be your drink of choice?
Oh, another banger of a question, Tanner. Okay, I love Jameson's. That is definitely my drink of choice. Huh. You know what? I'm gonna switch. Like, if I had to switch, like from whiskey or bourbon, it would probably be Patron. Patron Silver, not gold. Patron Silver would be my drink of choice.
Not platinum?
Not platinum. Nope. The silver is the way to go. It's one of those things with alcohol. Just because you're spending more money doesn't mean you're going to like it more. So yeah, I'm a more Patron Silver guy, and not to do shots. Back in the day, what I used to do, I used to call it a summer sipper. So what I do is I fill up a pint glass full of ice, and in the bottom put an orange wedge, in the middle put an orange wedge, and in the top put an orange wedge, and then just fill that pint glass up with Patron Silver, and you're good for the day. That's called a summer sipper.
I think my mom would love that. She's a big tequila fan.
Yeah, so at home, summer sippers, they're the greats. If I wasn't drinking Jameson's, yeah, summer sipper, tequila, Patron Silver.
All right, question number 3. What is the fastest you've ever gone in your MG?
Well, that's
Closed courses, of course.
yeah, the MG. It is a beautiful little vintage sports car. The thing about it is that thing doesn't go very fast. So it's the fastest I've ever been to the MG, and I honestly thought I was going to take off flying and the engine was going to explode, was only actually 125 kilometers.
Oh.
So not that fast. The car's not meant for speed, man. It's a cruising car. So yeah, 125 is the fastest I ever got it.
All right, question number 4. What is one business in town you think might not get enough attention?
One business in town that doesn't get enough attention. Oh, there's so many businesses that don't get enough attention in town. Wow. Now that is a question. This is a part of the show where like the guest kind of stalls and I'm like, okay, let me help them out. A business in town that doesn't get enough attention.
Do you want me to play Jeopardy music real quick?
Yeah.
Do.
Honestly, and this is true, and like it's kind of their fault as well. Norel Toyota and Keith Simpson, like they're a client of mine. Like we do marketing for them and everything. But the amount of stuff that Keith does in the community in regards to giving back that's not documented because he won't let me document it, and he just does it out the kindness of his heart. Yeah, Norel Toyota, the things that like Keith, Fad, and Nimmer are doing in this community and have been doing in this community for so many years. I don't think they get the recognition that they deserve for it, and they do it selflessly, like so many others. But I've known those gentlemen literally since I was a child, and yeah, they don't. They keep what they do very quietly. So yeah, big shout out to Norel for all the things they do in the community that they don't document and share.
My mom likes to say the food bank as well.
Yeah, the food bank is good. Like I don't know if your mom watched. Maybe you can go back and look at my historical videos. About 2 years ago, I did the food bank challenge and only ate the hamper for a week. It was the toughest week of my life to raise awareness for the food bank. So, yeah, the food bank definitely, if we're talking not-for-profits, there's so many good ones. You got the food bank, you got the Northern Lights Regional Health Foundation, you have the Boys and Girls Club, you have SOS. Yeah, if you're in the nonprofit sector in Fort McMurray, it's hard for you to get the recognition you deserve. But, yeah, food bank's a good one too.
And your final question, what do you do with your family to relax and have fun?
Well, what I do with my family to relax and have fun. Well, I'll tell you my favorite thing to do with my family right now to relax and have fun. My little guy Keegan, he likes to play Power Rangers with me. So we play Power Rangers, and he gets on the bed and he does tons of flips and kicks, and we fight evil putties. And so then, though, he likes to fight to music. So we put on songs like Kung Fu Fighting, or the banger right now that he can't get enough of is B.O.B., Bombs Over Baghdad by Outkast. That's his fighting jam. And then the fighting turns into him putting on a concert for me and lip-singing different songs. So lip-singing Bombs Over Baghdad, Kung Fu Fighting, and there's a song right now by Jason Derulo. I forget what the song is, but yeah, watching my little kid lip-sing to songs after a bit of fighting putties, Power Ranger style, it's my favorite thing to do in life right now at home.
Wow, you and your kid and me, you seem to have the same hobbies.
Yeah. You pretend to fight putties all day, or you lip-sync?
No, lip-syncing and Kung Fu Fighting, obviously.
Yeah, so you and my 6-year-old, yeah, you share that in common. That was tough, man. I feel bad for our guests who have to do the Mac City Minute. That was pressure.
My mom said Tanner did that. His dad is shaking his head. She's late on the comments. I already admitted to everybody I do that. So
That's hilarious. So I guess let's throw it back to you. What is your like lip singing jam?
oh, anything that I know all the words to.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm tone deaf. Like I can't change my pitch of my voice to change my life, but
Okay.
I will sing anything.
Okay.
Yeah, as
All
long
right.
as I know the words, and everybody will just their ears will bleed.
Nice.
Yes.
Okay. Well, okay. Let's talk about songs here. People are getting to know us. It's just a Tanner and Elliott show today. Hopefully, we do many more of these. Favorite song? What's your favorite song?
Oh, see, that's very hard. See, I'm big into like EDM music, dance music, that kind of stuff. So it really depends what's out, right? Because new music all the time means that your favorite song's always evolving.
Okay. Okay. So as of right now, I'm not going to let you get away with it. What's your current favorite song then?
I don't know if my favorite songs get to be verbalized on air if we still want monetization. So
Oh, okay. All right. So that okay, you got me. I'm gonna say my favorite song, and I think people are gonna be shocked. I listen to all types of music, as Tanner knows from us driving around from time to time. My favorite song is Maggie May by Rod Stewart.
Rod Stewart, classic.
He's a gem.
He is.
So that's my favorite song. Favorite album of all times, hands down. Please don't squash our monetization here. Is Snoop Dogg Doggy Style. Favorite album of all time, and I think Snoop should send me a little bit of money or one of his plaques, because I had to buy the Snoop Dogg album so many times because my father and my mother would find them and throw them out the windows as CDs, find the tape cassettes and rip them up, and then I would do the bootleg tapes and they would get rid of that as well. So I can confidently say, as a young child, I probably purchased at least minimum 10 Snoop Dogg albums. Because at the time, my parents said, "Yeah, we're not doing this."
Yes, in the wonderful age of digital streaming,
Yeah.
I can just stream whatever I want whenever
Yeah.
I want for $14.99 a month. So
There you go. So yeah, I think about it, and I was outraged that my parents were doing that at the time. But when I think about how young I was when I was listening to it, I was only 12 years old. So yeah, you know what? If Keegan decided to listen to that type of music when he was 12, I would be doing the exact same thing. So mom and dad, you made the right decision by throwing out and hiding all of those tapes from back in the day. So good parenting.
even though Elliott still just got more and listened to it anyways.
Yeah, exactly. But you know what?
You tried your best.
You tried. Kids are gonna find their hacks around.
If there is a song, there is a way.
That's it. Yeah, I love music. The band that I've been listening to on repeat right now, hardcore, from back in the day, and they still make new music, is Arctic Monkeys. I love the Arctic Monkeys. I love the Arctic Monkeys so much that I even have their original album on vinyl. So big shout out to the Arctic Monkeys. You guys crush it.
Do you just have it, or do you actually listen to it on vinyl? You got a record player?
I personally do not have a record player, but my dad, Gregory Pierre, a.k.a. G Prime, a.k.a. Uncle Silky, has one of the most banging record players arguably in the world. He has a old school real setup. He even has soundproofed his room to optimize the sound quality that comes out of his record player.
So he's a big record listener then, hey?
Oh, big time. That's how I got my love for music, my parents for sure. So I bought a few records, and I started my own little collection. I just keep it at his house. So anytime I go over there, prior to quarantine, I'll put on one of those records and listen to it. So yeah, you gotta listen to vinyl. If you don't know about vinyl, you're missing out.
Yeah, I like as loud as it can go. Doesn't matter how it plays.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
as long as it's loud.
Yeah. Well, listen, it's loud. He's got all the speakers. He's got the subwoofers. It's like my dad is a big sound guy, so his record player and his TV setup, unreal. So I remember one time, speaking about his record player, his TV setup. Sorry. Back in high school, he left me alone one time, and I threw what the young kids are calling a banger. And I put music, and I figured, well, listen, his sound system here has got a subwoofer, so this probably pumps. So I'm throwing a party. I throw on some rap music, and I blew his subwoofer.
Ooh.
Yeah, it wasn't good. So I got in a little bit of trouble, to say the least. We're not going to talk about the punishment that I received.
Did it fit the crime?
Oh, it fit the crime, and that was the thing about when I got punished. It was always warranted. But what I got out of it was I got the old subwoofer. So I took that busted up subwoofer and put it in my high school locker, and then we pumped to rap music with a sub in a locker back in grade 12. So you know what? The punishment was totally worth it to have a subwoofer in my locker. Pretty cool.
You bet you were the coolest kid around.
I don't want to say I was the coolest, but I had a subwoofer in my locker.
So you don't want to say you're the coolest, you just were.
I don't like to brag.
Are you not going to have one of those cookies, Elliot? You've been eating them all day.
No, yeah, listen, for the people at home, I had 2 of them already for breakfast. So, yeah, I'm going to pass on eating the cookies on air, but I did have 2 of them, and I'm going to have to up my workout.
He didn't. He's lying to you. He didn't eat any.
Yeah, no, I ate them, man. They're delicious. So, anyways, we're coming to the end of the show.
Yeah, we're way over. We're at 31 minutes.
Oh, geez. Sorry for everybody at home. This is just what me and Tanner do every day. Thank you for tuning in today. Really appreciate it. Everybody who commented and got us to ask some questions. Me and Tanner have made a decision that although we have guests booked all the way until April now, from time to time we are going to boot one of those guests and continue to do just shows with him and I. So if you have any questions for us, you want to learn a little bit more about myself and Tanner, by all means send them in, and we're an open book. We'll talk about anything.
Just about.
Yeah. So on that note, everybody at home, once again, thank you for tuning in, not just to this episode, but every episode that we've put on. It means the world to me, and it really does. I know it sounds like a script, but it is coming from my heart. I'm overwhelmed with the amount of people that have tuned into the show, that used to look at my old videos, to all the guests that have come on the show and want to come on the show. The support that we've received from this new venture has been overwhelming. So I really do appreciate it. So everybody watching at home, everybody that wants to participate in the show, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Major gratitude. It really does mean the world to me. So on that note, hope you have a great day. Hopefully you have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week. Peace.
Stay where you're to till like home's where you're at. Or tune in again to the Mac City Morning Show.